I'm Jaclyn Serre, and this is my review of Kentamplin Vocal Academy and his program, How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else. So I've been singing for about 20 years. I've been singing professionally, probably about 14, and I've been training in terms of really diving into vocal technique in a multitude of genres for about 9 years. So when I came to Ken, I was already a pretty strong singer, but I had stuff that I wanted to work on. He breaks things down very specifically and very clearly. I learned even the basics, and these were things that I thought I already knew. But he goes back and he fills in a lot of the holes that were missing in my technique. And not only that, he starts his program in volume 1. So he breaks his program into different volumes, and he starts with volume 1, which is the basics. Learn how to breathe, learn some basic exercises, learn how to control your breath so that you're not getting all this breathiness coming out. How to work on brightening your tone. So he works on all of these basic things at the same time, teaching you very, very precise vowel placements and vowel modifications. And the term vowel modification, I had never actually heard that term before, which shocked me, especially now when I think about it, how I didn't know about that before. I knew, the idea of yawning. I knew that idea, but it was a very, it felt very kind of up in the air, like this fantastical thing where it's all just imagining what it is you're supposed to be doing. Whereas Ken actually breaks down your vowel modifications into very, very specific orders. And he shows you how to ascend and then how to descend and come back down through your modifications back into your pure vowel. So that was like mind-blowing to me. I completely nerded out when I was first getting to know his program and watching his videos. I was sitting there taking notes and writing down every single vowel mod that he had us do for every vowel. So that was a huge help to me, because he shows you how to release that tension. And he really trains you on working this open throat technique so that you're not closing off the throat while you're singing. With scales, he starts nice and slow. He breaks everything down. And then as you move in further through the volumes, the scales get longer, they get harder, the range gets bigger, and it gets more complicated, and he moves a little bit faster. So he's very specific to tell you, like, don't rush. There's no point in rushing through volumes 1, 2, and 3. He's like, take your time. And he's brutally honest, which is another really great thing. I've been doing my one-on-one lessons with him for like 3 years now, and he does not let you get away with anything. He will correct you as soon as you make any kind of mistake with your modifications, with not taking the proper breath, whatever it is you're doing. If he notices you did something wrong, he'll stop you and make you do it again and correct you. So he doesn't let you get away with anything. At the same time, he also, he praises your efforts. He supports you and commends you for all your hard work. But at the same time, he will call you out if you're being lazy and not training the way you're supposed to be training. So he is brutally honest in the best way, because he's called me out on stuff and, not let me do things improperly, because he wants to build in proper muscle memory. And this is something he talks about a lot. He talks about building proper technique into your muscle memory. And I now use one of his phrases that he says all the time, where it's not practice that makes perfect, it's perfect practice that makes perfect. And his videos and his one-on-one sessions are absolutely priceless for that, because he records it, he sends it to you, and I can go back and rewatch my videos, sing through my videos again, and drill in all the little corrections that he's making for my voice to make sure that I'm using proper technique and building proper muscle memory. There is no quick fix. There is no 5 quick tips. There is no voice hack. It is hard work. And I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't quite realize is singing is dedication. It's years and years and years of practice and getting it wrong and working towards getting it right and getting stronger. It's a muscle. Singing is a muscle and you have to treat it as such. And Ken even says it's like going to the gym. I was a gymnast for maybe 8 years and it's a lot of hard work. And you can't just jump into that with no experience and expect to be doing back tucks, right? Like you got to be training for years and years. Singing is the same thing. It really is a craft that needs to be taken seriously and needs to be respected. And Ken respects it as a craft. When you start with Ken's lessons and his program, he asks that you leave all of your previous training at the door. And he means that. If you come in and you're trying to also apply this method and something you learned from over here, you're going to be getting yourself confused because you're applying, it's like trying to learn 4 different languages at once. You have to learn one language at a time. And Ken is trying to teach you his method, his language. So if you actually do leave everything at the door, like I did, you will find so much growth and you will learn so much from his methods. I'm already a professional singer. I gig a lot, or I did before COVID. My big dream that I've sort of discovered in the last few years is how much I love teaching and how I would love to be as qualified and as good a teacher as Ken one day. And I know I'm not there yet, but Ken knows that that's my dream. And he has made me such a confident teacher now as well. And of course I have more to learn, but I am already noticing improvements in my students since switching to Ken's methods. He has the Kentamplin Vocal Academy forums where you can go in and, if you've done the program or if you're starting the program or thinking about starting the program, you can check his forums and find all sorts of conversations and different topics that are discussed, different questions that are answered. And he has moderators who have studied his program, who knows his methods that help to answer questions. So he recently invited me to be one of his moderators, which is, awesome. I'm loving it. And I'm learning even more as I'm doing that. Lastly, one more thing. Yes, he's expensive. The program is expensive. The one-on-one lessons are expensive, but you get what you pay for. He's the best vocal coach I've ever had. Hands down. Absolutely hands down. The best vocal coach I've ever had. And I've been singing for 20 years. So there's something to be said for that. And his program will last you a lifetime when it comes to the knowledge that he's sharing, because you can go through his program, go back and rewatch volumes 1, volume 2, volume 3, go back and watch the early volumes, and you will still find things that you missed or that you just forget about, that you're like, oh yeah, I knew that, but I sort of forgot that I knew that. So that was a nice reminder. So anyway, this was my review. Go to Kentamplin Vocal Academy, check out his forums, check out his product, and you'll see for yourself. If you want to be a monster singer, you got to learn from a monster singer, and Ken is just that. So anyway, have a great night, you guys, and happy singing. Bye!